Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Once again, devotees, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Thank you very much for giving me this chance to speak on Shrimad Bhagavatam for my own purification and for the glorification of the Supreme Vaishnavas. So today we are going to be speaking from Canto 4, chapter number 18, shloka number 15 to 19. And this we are now dealing with the pastimes of Prithu Maharaj. It's such an amazing part of Shrimad Bhagavatam that Mother Earth, whom we always compare to a cow. Mother Earth, one is mother, we also compare her to a cow, and cow itself is considered as a mother also, right? Like there are several mothers for all of us. One is the mother, the earth itself, and another mother is cow. So earth is mother in two ways. So that way, Prithu Maharaj is going to literally milk the mother earth for the benefit of all living beings, not only on this planet. That's very interesting, is it not? For the whole universe, Mother Earth is going to provide everything. How is it? So here is a major realization for all of us. Even this very thought that Mother Earth is supplying the needs of everyone up to the Brahmaloka. How is it possible? So can I get some thoughts from the devotee side? We thought Earth is only for people living on the Earth, but Earth is supplying for the 14 planetary systems. How is it? So I would like to hear from all of you before I speak my own 2 penny worth of realizations. Please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'll try, Prabhuji. Because moksha can only be possible in this earthly planet, Prabhuji. The only one can do devotional service, bhakti in this planet only, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Is
you.
that I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely right. Yeah, other thoughts from other devotees, please.
Other Hare Krishna Prabhuji, other than other living creatures, only human beings are given intelligence. So being born on this earth, we have to use that as Suma Mataji told for moksha, we have to try our best, Prabhuji. So that is another way, Prabhuji.
Yeah, certainly. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely right. See, whoever is occupying the 14 planetary system, they have all gone via because you have to go to liberation only from here. You don't go to liberation from anywhere else. You have to go from here. And anyone who is a demigod or anyone who is sitting in Pitraloka or Gandharvaloka or any of these Swargaloka or Maharloka, Tapaloka, they have all gone from here. Whatever higher levels you reach or whatever lower levels you reach, it is all via this Bhumandala, this Bhuloka. So that way, Mother Earth is so very important for everyone. That's why when Mother Earth is complaining, oh, this burden is becoming too much for me, then Mother Earth is accompanied by Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, Lord Chandra, Varuna, everybody goes with Mother Earth because everybody is going to be affected. We saw in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita how the Lord sent a whole lot of devas and human beings and said, he sent sacrifice with them, yajna. He sent yajna. And he says, by performing this yajna, all of you will be happy. So this earth is the place for yajna. Yajna, sacrifice. And yajna has 2 meanings. Like, when we talk about yajna sishta sinasanto muchyante sarva kilbishahi, what is the meaning of that shloka? Prabhupada writes in a beautiful way that purport. Anyone recollects? Yajna sishta sinasanto muchyante. What is the meaning of that shloka? Hare Krishna. Yes, Vasudha Mataji. I want to hear from all of you. I see 3 hands up, one by one, all of you. Yes.
Those are for reading, Prabhu, actually.
Oh,
They thought that they will
Hare
start
Krishna,
reading.
Prabhu.
That's why they raised their hands.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
I
Hare
am
Krishna,
seeing-
Prabhu.
Yeah. Hare
Yajna shishta shina sarita muchyante sarva kil bishai.
Krishna.
Ye pachanti atmakar bhunjate te tvagam papam ye pachanti atmakaranat.
Yes.
So anything that we do for the sake of yajna, only then we are absolved of all sins. Otherwise, whatever we do for ourselves, ye tvagam papam.
Pachanti atmakarna. For
Yeah.
those who cook and prepare for nice eateries for satisfying their own tongue, they are only eating papa. They are eating only sin. That is how Krishna very strongly says. Up to then, I did not know that it can be a sin simply to enjoy my simple pleasures of life. I am working, I am doing a hard job, I am earning some money, and with that I am buying some provisions, I am making some good food items, and I am eating. Oh, it is sin. It is amazing. I thought this is a little unfair. I am not harming anybody. Usually my understanding of virtue was you don't harm anybody. As much as possible, you help others and you live in such a way that you don't impose sufferings on others. That was my understanding. But here Krishna gives a revolutionary thought. If you eat for your own self-satisfaction, you are eating sin. You are going to suffer for it. That's straight away. Yeah. Okay, that is one understanding. But what is the other understanding of Yajna Sishta? What is the meaning of sacrifice? You said the remnants of sacrifice only should be eaten. Okay, very good. What is the meaning of that?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. There should be connection. We have to connect with the Supreme Lord, Prabhuji, in anything that we do.
But it is not suggesting here Yajna Sishta. Where is the connection to God, to Krishna?
We are offering
Through
our
chanting, Prabhu.
whatever.
No, the word
Supreme
Yajna.
Personality of Hare Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead is the supreme enjoyer of all yajnas, and everything has to be given one to Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then only we have to enjoy that.
Okay, very good, very good.
Balance of
Yeah,
whatever he has.
yeah, I agree, I agree. But see, in a way that we can understand this very deeply, there are shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. Aham Krutur, Aham Yajnam, right? There is a shloka. I am Yajna. Krishna says, I am Yajna. I am the doer of Yajna. I am the Yajna itself. I am the ingredients offered in the Yajna, right? And I am the enjoyer of the Yajna. And Krishna's name is Yajna. Vishnu has another name called Yajna. In the various incarnations of the Lord, in the list you will see Yajna. One of the incarnations of the Lord is Yajna. So it's not only Yajna Purusha, he's also Yajna itself. The performer of the Yajna, the ingredients of the Yajna, the mantra spoken in the Yajna, and the offerings given, everything is the Supreme Lord. So Yajna Sishta, Prabhupada says, it is for satisfaction of Vishnu. Yajna is not simply some sacrifice. I give to a beggar, I give to some rats, or give to some ants, so I have done some yajna, then I am eating. No, that is not the correct understanding. Here the word yajna specifically refers to Lord Vishnu. So if you see the purports of that chapter 3 again, you will see yajna means, yajna sishta means first offer to Vishnu, and then it becomes yajna sishta. Then it becomes yajna sishta. And by that method, you become pure. See, actually, it's not so difficult ultimately, When we correctly understand it, is actually so very easy. The Lord is so merciful. What has He given to us which is so difficult to perform? Nothing at all. He wants to get us back as quickly as possible. So he's suggesting ways and means by which we can very easily reach him. So yajna sishta, that means everything should be given for the pleasure of the Lord. And then he eats through his eyes, thank God. He doesn't eat through his mouth, then we are in deep trouble. Nothing is on the plate. Like Raghunandan's father, Mukunda, he tells him, I am going out for some urgent business. You, mother will give you the bhoga, you offer it to Lord Krishna, and then I will come back later on. So Raghunandan, little boy, 5 years old, he takes it to the altar and then he puts in front of Krishna, and then he closes his eyes and prays, oh Krishna, please accept this, accept this. Very deeply he's praying, I am not at all qualified, but my father has given me this job. I request you, please accept this. Then he opens his eyes, Laddu is as it is, and the boy starts crying. So much he cries, the Lord has no option, so the Lord speaks to him. Lord speaks to him and says, oh, little boy, don't cry. This is the way I eat, I just glance, and then the food is enjoyed by me. And whatever is there is actually the remnants. That is prasadam for you. I have already eaten. Anganiyasya sakalendri vritti manti. So Krishna is quoting Brahma Samhita. See, every one of my bodily limbs can perform the functions of all other limbs. I have already eaten this. Please take it back. No, my father will be very upset. Don't try to cheat me. I know what eating means. You must eat this. Lord has no choice in front of a devotee like this. So the Lord comes down and then he takes a plate into his hands and eats up everything. Nothing is left. And then the boy happily takes an empty plate. Mother is shocked. Mother doesn't disbelieve when the child says Krishna ate it all. But she doesn't understand what actually happened. So far, the father Mukunda has been offering and the prasadam plate was coming back full. But today the son has gone to offer and nothing is there. And he says, no, I didn't eat. Krishna only ate everything. And mother has no doubt at all. When father comes back, mother tells this story. And father says, okay, sounds interesting. Let me see. He gives one more laddu. He offered this dessert to Krishna. Maybe we forgot the dessert. You go and offer it. And the boy goes in. Father is standing outside the window watching very carefully what is going on. Same crying, everything is repeated. Then the Krishna Laddu Gopal comes down, takes the laddu into his hands, takes a bite, goes for a second bite, and there is a loud thud there outside. Mukunda is falling unconscious. Immediately, the Lord climbs back and disappears. It is deity form. And then Mukunda realizes, oh, my son is not ordinary. Later on, when he goes to Jagannath Puri with his son, Mukunda and Raghunandan, Mahaprabhu asked Mukunda, between you, who is the father and who is the son? Immediately Mukunda replies, Raghunandan is my father. I am his son. Mahaprabhu becomes very, very happy. And he says, ask, why is it so? Yes, anyone who brings, Mahaprabhu only says, anyone who brings you to Krishna consciousness, he is your father. He may be your son, he may be your great-grandson also. He is actually your father because he is waking you up to your real consciousness. Till the time you are living dead body, moving dead body. No? I am this body. What is this body? This is a dead body. And I am thinking I am this body. So he gives you life. Life. By making you understand, you are a servant of Krishna. So that is the beauty of this wonderful pastime. So the point I was trying to make was yajna. Yajna sishta means you offer to Krishna and Krishna glances at your offering and then it is accepted. Then you take that. That will free you from all sins. Krishna wants to free you like that. Like you take Ganga water, offer it back into river Ganga. So whatever food you prepared, Krishna gave you everything. You say, I worked and earned, okay, but Krishna gave you the ability to work. I am the ability in man. I am the intelligence. He is the power of all our senses. How can we work if Krishna doesn't empower us as prana inside? He is the prana. He is activating my working senses, my knowledge gathering senses. And I am working and then I am yearning. And with that, I am buying ingredients for cooking. Where does the ingredients come from? It's all given by Krishna. So ultimately, everything is Krishna. So we prepare something out of it and we offer the same to Krishna. And Krishna just glances at it and returns, okay, my dear devotee, please take this. And by eating this, you develop Krishna consciousness. He adds a bonus to that. Krishna adds his prema into that offering. And then it becomes very relishable. And it doesn't produce any sin. See, karma becomes akarma. Becomes akarma. More than that. More noble than simple akarma. Much more. Because it is going to deliver prema to us. So that way, Mother Earth is telling Prithu Maharaj, I am ready to offer everything. I want to offer everything because you are all my children. I want to offer everything to you. So, but there is a process for milking a cow. This is so very touching, you know, how we are milking Mother Earth today. How we are milking Mother Earth today. So much you see in the news items, so disturbing to you. It seems from Austria to connect to the rest of the European countries, because Austria is on a high elevation. There is this Mount Alps. So they are drilling a tunnel from the mountain down several kilometers. They say by doing that, they will save traveling distance so much. Instead of climbing down the hill in winding roads, straight down. Because you think Mother Earth, it's not Mother Earth, what nonsense. It's just Earth. It is a lifeless thing. It is there for us to use, you know. So many things. The Christians have a very, very unfortunate understanding of God and his purpose. Such a bad understanding they have. If only someone can teach them a little Bhagavad Gita with Bible, they will understand Bible much better way. Bible is not bad, but Bible has to be read in conjunction with Bhagavad Gita. Without Bhagavad Gita, Bible becomes a meaningless thing. Because it is our human nature to misinterpret things. We all know Bhagavad Gita was also misinterpreted. Srila Prabhupada said 400 different translations and purports of Bhagavad Gita are available, but they have not made one devotee also. So you have to read Bhagavad Gita through the bona fide sampradaya of Guru Parampara, and then you can read Bible. I read Bible long before I came to Krishna consciousness, but then whatever I read, it really made me very happy. And at that time, the Christian preaching was also not so degraded as it has become today. The philosophy itself has been changing. If you ask the same Christians, what you spoke 30 years ago, what you spoke 40 years ago, what you are speaking today, they cannot defend themselves. They've changed the philosophy. With the same Bible, they don't change the Bible, you see. Bible cannot be changed. Everybody having the same King James version of Bible. But interpretation. So there was a time when Jesus was the Son of God. He was a prophet. God sent him. He is simultaneously Son of Man and Son of God. And he came to show us the way. You know, I am the way. I am the light. I am the life of everyone. Follow me back to God. So he's the way. He's giving the way. Means he's giving teachings. He's giving teachings. And then because he was giving pure teachings, the king became threatened. King was giving some other religion. King was the head of the religion at that time, before Jesus' time. The emperor, the Roman emperor, was the spiritual head of the society. Not only the titular head, the material head, also the spiritual head. That means not only he can put you in a material prison, the king can also put you in the eternal hell. King is the authority for both. Not only the prison house in this world, but also the prison house after death, which is eternal hellfire. The king can order, go to hell, and you will go to hell, because he's a spiritual head. So he had such power over people that people were afraid of offending the king for fear of going to hell. And suddenly Jesus Christ appears. And Jesus Christ says, look, God is different, king is different. He's beautifully says, king demands taxes for maintaining the empire, and you better pay the taxes to him. He's the material head of this material world. You pay the taxes to him. But God is your eternal Father, and you have to pay him through sincere worship. These are two different things. Don't mix up. God is God, king is king. So the king felt, my God, 70% of my powers, this Jesus fellow is taking away. He He is a carpenter's son. He's an unknown fellow. He's not from the royal blood. And he's becoming a spiritual teacher. All along, everybody was listening to me. Suddenly, one ordinary poor human being, he claims, I am son of God. And he's doing all these things. So, ultimately, Jesus had to face a very bogus trial, and they sent him to the gallows. Till that time, the Christians preach that Father is in heaven, right? And there is a Holy Ghost. It's all like Brahman Paramatma Bhagavan. Brahman Paramatma Bhagavan. So he has sent this boy. The Holy Ghost came over a virgin mother, and this child has taken birth, Son of God. And he has come to purify all of us. How he will purify? Not by getting killed. He will purify by giving you pure teachings. How does Srila Prabhupada purify us? How does Lord Krishna purify us? By giving pure instructions. I cannot say, I will throw away the instructions, but I will worship you as God. And you have to deliver me. You have to take me back home, back to Godhead. Your teachings are not very palatable to me. You are saying, thou shalt not kill. I cannot stop killing. I will kill because I want to eat all kinds of food. I will cut down trees to make toilet paper because the trees are meant for my enjoyment. Even I will define whatever exists in this world in my terms as something is good, something is bad, something is dangerous, something is beneficial on my own terms. I will decide. This particular tree is not useful. I will cut it away. This particular tree is giving me nice fruits. I will keep it. And I am God. What I like, I will keep. What I don't like, I will destroy. So in the Bible, there's a chapter called Genesis. In Genesis, it is said that Lord created everything over a period of 6 days. Finally, the creation was man. And when man was created, God became very happy. He created everything else, animate, inanimate, everything God created. But he was not happy. He created wonderful mountains, valleys, rivers, and oceans, and stars, and sun, and the moon, and everything. But God is not very happy. But when he finally made man, God became very happy. And then God said, okay, now, man, I give you dominion over everything I have created. I give you dominion over the entire planet, what I have created. Please, whatever, maintain it nicely, like that. Now, the Christians, they interpret this dominion as, how they interpret dominion? This world is for me to enjoy. This world God made for me to enjoy. In Genesis, very clearly it is said that I give you dominion. That means I have full powers over everything that is created. I can cut trees. I can kill the whales in the oceans. I can pollute the atmosphere. I can pollute the soil. I can kill the bacteria. I can cull the elephants. I can maintain huge animal factories and kill billions of animals the way I want. God has given me this. And God says I should enjoy. So they say, enjoying is my birthright. If I don't enjoy, that means I am disrespecting God. Because God wants me to enjoy everything here on this planet. If I don't enjoy, then that is an offense to God. So this kind of misinterpretation. And now, instead of God being the son or the representative or the prophet, God, they have now made God as Jesus as God. They say Jesus is God. There is no higher God than Jesus. Okay. Then they also say Jesus died on the cross. Even today they say Jesus died on the cross. And then what did he do? On the third day, he rose up. And that proves that he is God. Very simple question. Are you saying that God died? Is it possible for God to die?
No, Prabhuji.
But you say God died, and then after 3 days, God again came alive. How he came alive? If he really died, he cannot come alive. If he did not really die, he was acting as though he was dead, and after 3 days he got up. Christians say, no, that's a blasphemy. He died actually. So you want to say Jesus is God? You also want to say Jesus died for 3 days, and after 3 days, Jesus himself rose. If someone dies, someone has to give life from outside. Someone is sick, a doctor is needed to make you well. Similarly, if God died, then someone must make him alive. Then who is there to make God alive if God dies? So much absurdity has crept into the religion, because from time to time, people want to explain and they are not able to explain, and then they interpret. You understand? This is a warning for all of us also. If I am reading the scripture, if I reading Bhagavatam, some part of Bhagavatam I don't understand, but I have a very fertile imagination. By using my imagination, I give my own interpretation, and I satisfy the audience for the moment. But then that becomes the interpretation of Bhagavatam, and then that travels around, but it's a misinterpretation. Acharyas have given the interpretation. So you have to read the scripture only from the perspective of Acharyas, and there is no other way to read the scripture. So that way, why I was taking up this example is how a religion becomes perverted. It can happen to any religion. And religion should be propagated, and it should be propagated properly through a Guru Sishya Parampara using bona fide scriptures. And that is the blessing we have in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. They have Prabhupada very humbly and very proudly, simultaneously humble and proud. Prabhupada says, we have the best literatures. We have the best literatures. And that is thanks to Srila Prabhupada. He took up and translated everything into accessible English with nice purports, and he has given it to us. So we have the scriptures. We have the bona fide sampradaya. And with the help of this, we are in a position to walk on the correct track. We never get deviated. Because we all know to please God means to follow his instructions. You can't say, I will please God by worshipping him, but I will not follow his instructions. God will forgive me. Because God's business is to forgive me. Whatever I do, he will forgive. I do the same mistake. I do the same sin again. I harm people. I murder. I kill. I rape. I steal. I lie. I do everything. But God will forgive. Why? Because I have accepted him as God. As though you are accepting him as God is a great favor to him. That I have accepted him, so God will absolve me of all my sins. It is God's business to always free me from all my sins. So we should not get into that mistake. In Krishna consciousness, we call such people as Sahajiya. Sahajiya. I worship Krishna, and I worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of a Vrajavas. So Vrajavasis can do anything with Krishna. I know Krishna is equal to them, or Krishna is even subordinate to them. So I will deal with Krishna the way I want. Sahajiya mentality. You ignore the scripture. Then Saraswati Thakur went to Radhakund for 1 month, and he was giving classes every day. All the Babajis in Radhakund gathered. They thought, Saraswati Thakur has come. He's a very erudite scholar and a great devotee. We will hear Rasa Leela from him. He will talk about the Rasa Panchadhyaya. 1 whole month he is going to be. So we will all these exotic topics. But Saraswati Thakur started from Shloka 1. Janmadya Seton Vayadyatarthashartyeshu Vijnaswarat. He started like that. Day 1. They start very good. Day 1, all right. It's good. It's an introduction, some philosophy, very good. From day 2, we'll get into the real subject. Day 2 was Janmadya Seton. Day 3 was Janmadya Seton. Day 4 was Janmadya. And day 30 was also Janmadya. And then this can be spoken for whole existence. When Srila Prabhupada was in Chennai, he was hosted by one gentleman called Mr. Balu, a big industrialist. And Prabhupada stayed there. See, he's a disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And this Balu was worshipping God in a very, very intimate way. His Balu and his wife, he had deities. And every night they would come to Srila Prabhupada in a very worshipful mood, and they will say, please tell us about the Rasa Leela of Radha and Krishna. Please tell us. Prabhupada would say, sorry, that's a very exotic topic. We are not qualified. Again and again they would come. And every time Prabhupada would say, we are not qualified to speak about that exotic topic. Then one day Prabhupada said, maybe you are qualified to hear it, but I am not qualified to speak about it. Finish. So this is the mood of a devotee. This is the mood of a devotee. We always think that I don't have the qualification to go into all those exotic things. Let me follow the instruction very carefully. I cannot imitate the mood of Rajavasis or people, devotees who are in the Raganuga love of Krishna, what they do, I cannot imitate. I have to remember, I am a very ordinary fallen fellow. I have to have that mood, and I have to appreciate the mood of those Rajavasis. And I should do my Vaidhi Bhakti carefully. So that is the spirit which is lacking in other religions. That's why I say Bhagavad Gita, like they say Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, without Bhakti Yoga, they don't give any food. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, with at least some Bhakti, they will give the result for which they are meant. Karma Yoga will give you Swarga, not a very high result. Karma Yoga will give you Swarga. But even for that, you have to do Bhakti. Right? And same way, Ashtanga Yoga or Jnana Yoga, you want to get liberation, you have to do Bhakti. At least some Bhakti should be there. But pure Bhakti gives you the highest result, Krishna Prema. So that way, Bhakti has to be combined. Same way, if anybody wants to read Bible, very good. Anybody wants to read Quran, very good. But let them also read Bible in the bona fide parampara, Bhagavad Gita, in our bona fide parampara. We don't want to ask anybody to change their religion, but they will be able to understand their own religion better. What they will understand, I should understand the instructions and I should follow. I should not imitate the holy prophets who founded the religion. They are exalted, empowered representatives of God. I cannot imitate them. But I have to learn what they have come to teach properly from proper bona fide acharyas. So that way, Bhagavad Gita becomes important for us. Now, these 4 shlokas, what we are doing, they are all in the same spirit. So what we will do, we will read all the shlokas and we will together discuss the essence of it. So text 15. Kritva vatsam suragana indram somam aduduham hiranmayena patrena viryam vojo balam payaha. Please read.
Hare Krishna. Naimisha Mataji, you read the Prabhuji, we should read the shloka also, Prabhuji.
Shloka and translation, not the book.
Okay. Naimisha Mataji, you read the shloka and Shobha Mataji the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Kritva Vatsan Suragana Indram Somam Duduhan Hiranmayena Patrena Viryam Mojo Balam Payaha. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji and Prabhuji's translation by His Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the demigods made Indra, the king of heaven, into a calf, and from the earth they milked the beverage Soma, which is nectar. Thus they became very powerful in mental speculation and bodily and sensual strength. Haribol. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavats.
Next shloka, text 16. Daiteya Danava Vai Vatsam Prahladam Asurarshabam Vidaya Duduhan Kshiram Ayapatre Surasavam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shanti Mataji, read the shloka and Vasudha Mataji translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Daiteya dhanava valsam praharadamasurar vidhaya duduhan kshiramaya patre surasavam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Translation, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The sons of Diti and the demons transformed Prahlad Maharaj, who was born in an Asura family, into a calf. And they extracted various kinds of liquor and beer, which they put into a pot made of iron. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Text 17. Gandharvapsaraso dukshan patre padmamaye payaha vatsam vishwavasum krutva gandharvam madhusaubhagam.
Hare Krishna. Shobha Mataji, you read the shloka and Nali Mataji the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Gandharva Pasaraso Duksan Shan Patre Padma Maye Paya Vatsam Vishwa Vasum Kritva Gandharvam Madhu Saubhagam. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. And thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranams. Translation. The inhabitants of Gandharva Loka and Apsara Loka made Vishwavasu into a cow and drew the milk into a lotus flower pot. The milk took shape of sweet musical art and beauty. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams, Mataji Prabhuji.
Vatsena pitaro aryamna kavyam kshiram adukshata amapatre mahabhaga shraddhaya shraddhatevataha.
Hare Krishna, Kripamai Mataji, you read the shloka and Meenakshi Mataji the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes,
Am I
Mataji.
audible? Hare Krishna. Bhaktena pitaraha aryamna kavyam kshiram adukshata amapatre mahabhaha shraddhaya devataha. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The fortunate inhabitants of Loka who preside over the funeral ceremonies made Aryama into a cow. With great faith, they milked the kavya, food offered to the ancestors, into an unbaked earthen pot. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Is there one more shloka, Mataji, included in this portion, or is it up to 18 only, or 19 also?
Prabhuji, it's 18. Sorry, I'll close the screen.
Yeah, 18. Na? Okay. So we see here it is it's a yajna, what is being done. So Mother Earth is going to give whatever people are asking from her. She is in the form of a cow, and she is advising King Prithu, please take out whatever you want. We have seen how Prithu chased her, mother cow, and she had to finally surrender to him. He is Supreme Personality, right? He's the Avesh Avatar, Supreme Lord. So she's now telling him, you can get whatever you want, but you see, there's a proper way to take milk from me, which is to keep my calf in front of me. And when the calf is in front, the cow happily gives milk. Now we know how the calf is represented today. I remember even when I was a child, the milkman used to come. He will bring the cow in front of the house, and he will also bring the calf in front of the house. But the calf will be on his armpits. He will carry the calf on his armpit. That means the skin of the calf will be there, and inside stuffed with straw. That straw calf he will bring, and that he will set it in front of the cow, and the cow will start licking that calf. And meantime, he will tie the rear legs and he will start milking. The dead calf. He will just put it in front of the cow. Imagine how things are, how we have a tendency to exploit, the mood of exploit. I want mother cow's milk, and for that, but I don't want her calf. Maybe the calf turned out to be a male. I don't want. It won't give me milk. So I will put that calf. I kill it, and I put the stuffed calf in front of the calf. So here Mother Cow is saying that if you have an appropriate calf and you take the appropriate results. So this is another thing, no? Kama Venu. What is the translation of Kama Venu? Dena means to give. Kama means what you desire. So Kama Denu, the cow is called Kama Denu. She gives what you desire. Kama Denu. So how is the situation in the spiritual world? Krishna is grazing cows. They are all Surabhi cows or Kamadhenu cows. They are capable of giving anything you desire. And the trees in the spiritual world, they are all Kalpavriksha trees. Anything you want, the trees can give. Not only fruits they can give, or any fruit, any tree can give. All different fruits, one tree itself can give. But they can also give any other desires you have. Same way the cows, the Kamadhenu cows, the Kalpavriksha trees, and Lakshmi. Every female in the spiritual world, she's a Lakshmi. She's an energy of the Lord. There are Lakshmis. And who is Lakshmi? Lakshmi has so many forms, like Santana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Vijaya Lakshmi, Virya Lakshmi, Aishwarya Lakshmi, so many Lakshmi. They can also give. So this is the situation in the spiritual world. But people only take milk from the cow. People take only fruits from the trees. And people take only water from the rivers. The rivers are all nectar. So we have to understand that all these things are there only in the material world they are appreciated. Only in the material world we can appreciate a Kamadhenu or a Kalpavriksha or Chintamani. Spiritual world, they have no meaning at all. The gopis have lost Krishna and they're seeking after him. And there in front of them, the Chaturbuja Vishnu is chanting Narayana. Narayana can give anything you want. People are doing tapasya for thousands of years just to have a darshan of Narayana. But this Narayan is standing in front of the gopis. And he's just standing there like that. And the gopis offer Dandavat pranams to him. And then they have only one question. They don't ask for a boon. They only ask a question. What is the question? Did you see Krishna pass this way? Can you tell us which way Krishna has gone? And Vishnu with all his 4 fingers is showing this way. He has no power over the gopis. He is so powerful. He can give anything. But gopis have no value for what he can give. They just ask, please tell us which way Krishna is. And soon after, Srimati Radharani is also coming there. And Radharani, again Vishnu standing like this, very serenely standing. And then the moment Radharani's glance falls on him, 2 of his arms melt away. Gone, disappear. He has become Krishna. He has become Krishna. So that way, this is the amazing thing in the spiritual world. No one wants anything other than Krishna. And what Krishna they want? They want Krishna to enjoy? For themselves to enjoy? No. They want to serve Krishna. This is something we can stretch our imagination to its limits. We cannot understand. We cannot understand how it is possible that all the Vrajavasis, they want nothing for themselves. They just want to make Krishna happy. They want to see a smile on Krishna's face. For that, they are willing to do anything. They will accept to go to hell eternally. But the hell will no longer be hell. We know. Anyone who remembers Krishna, that place becomes Vaikuntha. So, even though the devotee is willing to go to hell, Vasudeva Datta asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please, I cannot bear the sufferings of all these living. They are not related to him. All the living entities of this material creation, he sees them as suffering. And he is saying, I cannot tolerate how these people are suffering. I am an insignificant soul. Whatever sin they might have done, please put it on my head. Let me go to hell forever. But please liberate these souls and take them back with you. His motive is, let us understand, his motive is to save these souls. But more than that, his motive is to please the Lord. He knows that all these suffering souls are the children of Lord. And when children are suffering, the parents suffer more. So Vasudeva Datta Prabhu, in his heart, he wants to please the Lord. So he says, let all the sins come on me. I'm only an insignificant soul. Let me rot in hell forever. But please take. And the Lord starts crying. Can anyone make God cry? No. Chaitanya Charitamrita is a literature of a different kind. He can see God crying. He can see God getting defeated. He can see God getting defeated in arguments and becoming very happy about it. He can see God begging devotees for permission to do what he wants to do. Atmaram, Krishna is Atmaram, but in Jagannath Puri, he is not Atmaram. He is at the mercy of his devotees. If devotee says, all right, you can go to Vrindavan, he can go. If devotee says, no, you cannot go, he cannot go. He wants to go for a South India Yatra. He begs the devotee, please give me permission. He has to invent a reason also. Oh, you see, my elder brother, he disappeared long ago, and my father and mother died simply thinking about him. I am also feeling so much separation from him. I want to know where he has gone, as though he doesn't know. He says, I have to find out. So please allow me to go for South India Yatra. I will get some news about my brother. That way he is controlled by his devotees. But the devotees who are able to control the Supreme Lord, what do they want to do with him? Do they want to buy a big bungalow? They want to have a fleet of cars. They want to travel all over the world and enjoy places of sightseeing, have a nice family, good health, good beauty, good name and fame. What do the devotees want? In fact, what is most frustrating to God, you know? What is most frustrating to God when he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Can anyone tell? What is most frustrating?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, everyone do not understand that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and treated him as a very ordinary man.
That is the external. The internal story is like this. He once manifested his supreme power in the house of Srivas Thakur. That was called Mahaprakash Leela. In Mahaprakash Leela, he exhibited himself as Supreme Personality of God. And then he asked devotees one by one, please come, ask me, what do you want? I am the Supreme Lord, I have all powers. Anything you want, I can give you. Come on, ask. One after other, they come and say, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So he is thinking, what is the use of my being God? After all, why we all go to God? To fulfill our desires, isn't it? We go to God to fulfill our desires. But here there is a God personally manifesting in front of the devotees, sitting on the altar and begging them, all of you, please come and take whatever you want. One of them is Kolavecha Srila. He is known as Kolavecha. He is a banana seller, that's all. He is unknown. Even as a devotee, he is unknown. Nobody knows him. But Mahaprabhu gets him in front of him. He is brought. His clothes are torn in so many places. He doesn't have a thread and needle to stitch the holes. So what does he do? If you cannot stitch, what do? You put a knot to cover that hole. So his dhoti is full of such knots. Only knots are there in his dhoti. Such poverty. He has a hut. The hut is full of holes. So when it rains, it is as though there is no roof. Rain is falling all over the place. And he has an iron mug, you know, the famous iron mug of Kolavecha Srila. Only one iron mug he has got to serve all purposes. You can imagine. All purposes. There's only one iron mug which is dented in so many places. That one iron mug he has. Either for drinking or for cleaning himself. Same. And Mahaprabhu, after defeating Chandkazi, he is returning back. And he goes ahead of all others. And he first reaches Kolavecha Sriva's house. And before that, who is that demigod, the architect of the Devatas? What's his name?
Indra.
Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma has dug up so many lakes and ponds for refreshment of all the thousands and lakhs of devotees who are coming. Lakes filled with nectarian, pure, crystal clear water. So many lakes and so many ponds and so many gardens on the way. But Mahaprabhu is very thirsty and he doesn't see anything to quench his thirst. He passes all these lakes and ponds and rivulets and such crystalline water. He goes to Kolavecha Sridhar's house. And Kolavecha Sridhar at the moment is not there. Outside this iron mug is there and with some water in it. And Mahaprabhu takes the iron mug and empties it in his mouth. And Kolavecha comes running and says, I am dead, I am gone, I am ruined, I am finished. Mahaprabhu, you are drinking water from this mug. It is not fit for you. Mahaprabhu, so happy. Anyway, that Kolavecha Sridhar is standing in front of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu says, Kolavecha, you ask anything. You ask anything. Kolavecha says, Mahaprabhu, I have nothing to ask. You want to become the king of this world, I will make you. No, Mahaprabhu. I will make you Indra, the king of heavens. I will give you all the mystic powers. I will give you liberation. I will give you Goloka. And Mahaprabhu, please be peaceful. God has become agitated. Who agitated him? His pure devotee has agitated him because he doesn't want anything from him. God wants to give, why he refusing? So many devotees have refused, now Kolavecha also refusing. And if you look at Kolavecha, you'll think, oh, he has so many needs. He has no proper house, he has no proper utensils, he has no proper clothes, he has no food. Yeah. He says, I see the king in his palace and I see the bird in the nest. The king is wearing very expensive clothes. The bird is wearing nothing but its feathers. What is a bird wearing? It is wearing only its feathers. I am seeing both. I see no difference, Lord. I see the king and the bird alike, the palace and the nest alike. I don't see anything. So, Lord, be peaceful. The Lord replies, I am peaceful, but ask. These are amazing passages of Lord. Amazing passages. So, in Bhagavatam, you will see after the Rasalila pastimes, you will see Krishna telling, I have become indebted to you, which I cannot repay in a lifetime of Brahma or in a day of Brahma. I cannot repay because what you have done, I cannot do. You have given up practically everything, but I cannot give up my father, Nanda Maharaj. I cannot give up my mother, Yashoda. I cannot give up all my friends. You have given up everything for me, but I cannot. So he says, I am indebted to you forever. So this is how the Lord becomes so controlled. So the ultimate yajna is living for the pleasure of the Lord. Everything we do, it is for the pleasure of the Lord. Here we are seeing yajna of different kinds, and each person gets what they want. Mother Earth is able to give whatever they want. So the devatas are getting soma. Prabhupada clarifies, soma is not some kind of liquor, intoxicating liquor. It gives you long life, good mental acumen, you see. It gives them balam, ojaha, virya, good mental power, balam, sense, the body becomes very strong, and ojaha, senses become very sharp and intelligent. Do you think our liquor will give all these things? So this is different. The soma, what the devatas are drinking, is different. And they take it in a golden vessel. It has to be respected properly. They take it in a golden vessel, right? And similarly, then the Daityas came. And Daityas, who is the calf for them? For devatas, the calf is Swayambhuva Manu. They make him the calf, right? And here, the Daityas make Prahlada. You see, how to please Mother Earth. Swayambhuva Manu was the ideal king. Swayambhuva Manu was the ideal king. So they make him the calf. Mother Earth is so pleased to have this calf in front of her, and she's willing to give everything they want, right? And the Daityas, they take Prahlad Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj as the calf, and through him they get liquor and beer, and they put it in an iron pot. That means liquor is not a very significant thing, right? So Swayambhuva Manu, I was mistaken. Swayambhuva Manu was for an earlier instance, for the earthly people, for the grains and other things. Here, Indra is the calf. Indra is the calf, and Soma is the milk they get, and they get all these powers. And similarly, Daityas, even though they put Prahlad Maharaj in front, such an ideal devotee of the Lord, they keep in front. But what do they take? They take liquor. You see the mentality of it. People who are in Tamogun, they want only this kind of liquor. So, despite having Prahlad Maharaj as the calf, they get inferior things. So, this is another lesson for us. What we have to be always aware is we should know what is the highest benediction. The highest benediction is Krishna Prema. Nothing else can really please the soul, right? Nothing can really please the soul. That we should know. But here, each person, whether they are devatas or they are human beings or they are daityas, they are all taking according to their own mentalities. So they put it in an iron pot. And then you have the Gandharva Loka, Apsara Loka. These people put Vishwavasu, their king, into a calf. And they are taking in a lotus flower pot. What do they get? Sweet musical art and beauty. So this is what they need and they want, and this is what they get. So Mother Earth is capable of giving everything. But today, what is mankind doing? mankind is doing complete nonsense. We are not recognizing Mother Earth as a living entity only. What all nonsense mankind is doing. Drilling. See, particularly after this Ukraine war, there is, and after this China tariff and so many things happened. Now so much nonsense is happening. They are digging the earth everywhere to find where I can get precious metals, where I can get rare metals, by which I can make batteries for my electric vehicles, or I can make space vehicles. For all these things, they need lithium and so many rare metals. And you know what happens when you dig out these minerals from the earth? You have to purify them. You have to wash them. That means your whole rivers will get polluted. To get a little quantity of a rare metal from the earth, even gold, gold always comes with cyanide. Gold is always coexisting with cyanide. God only knows why. Maybe gold is equal to cyanide. But they have to wash it with tons of water. In fact, there was a time when the chairman of Tata Steel, he made an announcement that people think there is a lot of iron ore in India, then why the prices are going up? There is so much iron ore. We can get any amount of steel we want. But he said, look, people don't understand one thing. People don't understand it. There is abundance of steel ore, iron ore, there is abundance. But you cannot access it without water. You see, anything you want, you have to take. And with so much water, you have to purify the iron ore. For that, you need whole rivers. To make 1 ton of iron, you need 100 tons approximately of water. So you get some amount of steel for making your cupboard, for making your car, making your washing machine, etc. In the process, so much tons of pure water is lost, which you need for your drinking, your cooking, your maintenance, your existence. So he said, we have a scarcity of water. So if you want more steel, you have to choose between steel and water. If you tell people clearly, do you want steel or do you want drinking water? And tell them what you choose. People are choosing steel. People say, I don't want water, I want steel. This is the situation of modern man. Prabhupada said very clearly, advancement of scientific human civilization means advancement of Kali Yuga. Advancement of Kali Yuga. That means the more you think you are economically advancing, the more miseries are going to come. And that is how Kali Yuga advances. What we think is our advancement is actually our own pollution. I will tell a small story and close it, already 10, 20 minutes. But this story suddenly occurred to my mind, so I want to share it with you very quickly. 4 brilliant graduates from IIT, maybe any IIT you think, they were walking through a forest. And there was an illiterate guide who was taking them through the forest. And on the way, they found a heap of bones. And one of the IIT experts, he said, I know to make out what this represents, this heap of bones. He said, it is a lion. Just by seeing the bones, he could, only bones. He said, this is a lion. Then the next intelligent IIT fellow, he said, sorry, I am not trying to hurt any IIT people. I'm just highlighting the fact that material education, how deficient it is. It is not an offense to any IIT people. There may be many here in this group. So I don't want to offend them. I'm just saying material knowledge, how it is lacking. So next one said, I can make a lion out of these bones. I can just make the whole structure. I can assemble these bones into a whole lion. And he went ahead and did that. And the third person said, oh, I can now put flesh and blood and everything into this, and I can make it a complete whole lion, functional lion. He went ahead and did that. The fourth graduate, and everybody was now clapping, wonderful, you have done something. Fourth fellow said, I can give life to this. Now, our illiterate villager, he interfered. He said, sorry, sir, please don't do that. All our lives may be in danger. Please don't do that. And they laughed at him. They are from IIT. What do you know? We are highly educated people. We are panditas. And the poor man said, please give me 2 minutes. Let me climb up on top of the nearest tree, and then you go ahead. So just in those 2 minutes, quickly he climbed up a tree, and Rest is history. The lion came alive. He did not discriminate between educated and uneducated. He just finished off the 4 graduates. So this is the kind of education which world is giving today. Everybody is eager to get some good marks, get some good job, earn some good money, and settle abroad. But this is like giving life to the lion. Prabhupada says all kinds of economic advancement is nothing short of advancement of Kali Yuga. So all this, we are seeing how Mother Earth is ready to give anything that we want. But as far as we are concerned, we want Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti. Bhu Shakti, she is Bhu Shakti, she is the Shakti of the Lord. And the Shakti of the Lord should be engaged in the service of the Lord. That is Yukta Vairagya. So whatever opulences we find in the Mother Earth, we should use it everything in the service of the Lord. And that is the correct approach that we should all have. So in that mood, a devotee only prays to Mother Earth, oh Mother, you are the Shri of the Lord, you are the Shakti of the Lord. Please unite me with the Lord. And anything that you see, you try to engage it as the Shakti, you want to engage it with the Lord. Like Hanumanji, he was trying to unite Sita Devi with the Shakti of Lord Ram back with him. Ravana wanted to take her away, and Hanuman wanted to unite. So as a devotee, we see everything as Yukta Vairagya, everything as the energy of the Lord, and we want to unite them with the Lord. So this is the lesson in my mind that we see from this Prithu Maharaj pastimes of milking the earth planet. Whatever we want, Mother Earth is willing to give, but we should recognize her as a living force, and we should respect her. And that is a way to get our benefits from her. Thank you very much for your patient listening. I'm sorry, I'm not leaving any time for question and answers. Thank you very much for your patience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Prabhu, we do have little time for question answers. Would you be okay with it?
I have a class starting at 11, but maybe 10 minutes. Yes, please.
Devotees, anybody has, then they can ask quickly. Don't think anybody has a question, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Can we end the class?
Yes, Mataji. Vancha
Thank you, sir.
कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय ग्रंथराज भागवतम की जय महाराज की जय
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी
I see this nice child, Naimisha Chandrika. That is the child's name? Naimisha Chandrika?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, thank you, thank you. She's so absorbed in hearing and she's so much appreciated. I am so much encouraged just to see her expressions. nice devotees are ISKCON is producing. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, I'll end the class.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.